You ever watch a breeze turn into a storm and feel it coming too late? That's how this all started. Picture this, early spring in Maplewood Creek, I'm standing on my porch, wind chime tinkling, birds doing their thing, and then boom, the hillside groans. Not just creaking, but a deep rumble. A torrent of mud, roots, trees comes roaring down, ripping out everything below. And there she is, Marjorie carting on her cell, drenched, yelling into the rain, "We gotta speed up phase 2. The developer's paying my bills." I froze. That was the moment I knew I wasn't imagining things. Let me rewind a minute. I'm Alex Harper, architect by trade, ex-city dweller turned hill country homeowner. I wanted peace, clean air, star beds overhead, no skyscrapers casting shadows. My wife Lily and I bought a modest brick house on the edge of Marquardt Heights, fenced yards, friendly waves, a cream-colored porch swing. Real Americana. For an ex-urban planner like me, it felt like sanctuary. Then came the HOA packet, rules, rules, rules. Paint colors, mailbox styles, lawn hats like a kindergarten church art but backed by fans. I laughed, said to Lily, "We survived route clearing in New Orleans after Katrina, right?" She laughed too. We thought it was quaint. Then I decided to fix the old stone terracing behind our house, the ones holding half the hillside together. Just a minor project, reinforce cracks, tidy mortar, keep things from sliding. These walls were old but solid, built by settlers, not Instagram influencers. They held the hillside in place, not just for us, but for everyone downhill. Cue the first letter from, of course, Marjorie, president of the Marquardt HOA. "Your restoration is stylistically inconsistent with community standards. Rustic," she said. "Not modern enough." My skin crawled when I read it, like she was insulting my grandmother's quilting. So I went rational, geological surveys, engineering reports, photos of cracks, catalog slope stability data showed them the logic. Sent emails. Left voicemails. Still nothing. Then they sent fines. First for excessive noise during my careful motor walk. Next for unapproved materials, even though I'd matched old stone. Each note ended with her signature, cherry red, MC. The tone got colder. Silence at block parties followed. People stopped waving. I became the guy destabilizing suburbia. The tipping point came at a board meeting, a fluorescent hall, folding chairs lined up like school desks. Marjorie stood at a podium, hair tight, eyes cold. She showed blurry pictures of stone fragments, talked about potential liability. A landscaper got up, no geological credentials, just talked aesthetics. Said the wall was visually unbalanced. I couldn't stay quiet. I spoke up, "Ma'am, I'm a licensed architect. Those walls support the very land you're standing on." Marjorie shook her head. "This is about visual uniformity, mister. Upper not engineering," she replied, voice flat as concrete. As I turned to leave, a voice from the back heard through, "David Chun, my college geology professor." Calm voice, eyes steady. "Your board isn't listening. Alex Harper's work is foundational, geologically sound, loads bearing, slope saving. That man literally studied hills for a living. That should have ended it, right?" "Wrong." Marjorie dug in. "A week later, I got a final notice, demolish it." I got a lawyer, appealed. She had allies on the HOA rubber stamp executives who never left her side. My appeal stalled. Then the Kamakensos, excavators, a crew that showed up without a word. I ran out, screaming about slope weight, structural integrity, but they tore it down piece by piece. I screamed. Lily filmed. They shrugged. Others. And then the skies opened. Hard rain. Like someone turned on a faucet. And in the pitch black of downpour, the hillside snapped. I heard it before I saw it, sound of soil being ripped apart. Then mud and debris came crashing over the now empty foundation of my wall, heading straight downhill. Morning broke on devastation. Fences torn apart, sprinklers crushed, yards erased. 2 houses below got slopped with sludge. Lily and I stood soaked, heart in our throats, watching the world we loved fall apart. And there she was, Marjorie, again in that rain, hair plastered, phone to ear, Whitestone LLC Phase 2 moving or we lose investors. Developer. Phase 2. I realized my wall was more than an eyesore to her. It was the only obstacle between her and a multi-billion-dollar luxury resort plan. Suddenly, everything clicked. My garage was cleaned out days later. Files, soil test, photos, everything gone. Not a break-in. Professional. That flicker of dread that slid down my spine. It blossomed into certitude. I was in a fight bigger than HOA bylaws. I was a single brick in her empire. Then came the twist. An old man, some Meadow silent neighbor, Vietnam vet, showed up with a memory card. "You'll need this," he said. Ended up he'd recorded Marjorie in action, telling crew to ignore warnings, calling Whitestone about the last technical header. He handed it like handing me a passport out of jail. So I laid a trap, called for an emergency meeting, citing imminent geological disaster. She jumped at it. Same fluorescent gym, same podium. But this time, I had projector, audio, satellite photos. Slide 1, satellite before-after terracing, ground shifting, erosion lines. Slide 2, decades-old municipal slope warnings. Slide 3, Whitestone memo, luxury resort, Phase 2, remove geological impediments. Slide 4, audio, last wall must go's the only holdout. The room went quiet. Then it broke. Board member Karen Peterson stood up and flipped out, papers flying. At first, I thought it was just panic. Then she yelled. She told me Whitestone would bail us out. He wasn't supposed to find out. Chaos. Shouting. Marjorie stumbled, sputtered, shoved her clipboard like a shield. That night, the board was dissolved. Marjorie was kicked off, later served a criminal notice. Whitestone's plans got frozen. Investigators traced share company drains. Everyone in the board escaped, but only because they were little cogs. As for me and Lily, we stayed. Rebuilt that wall this time, fully engineered, community paid, ceremony cutting. Now it stands stronger, smarter, and prettier. I declined the HOA presidency, but I do consult, pro bono, make sure logic beats lunacy next time. Life's quieter now. Our wind chimes ring again in the breeze. Kids ride bikes. Dogs bark. Lily smiles more. But this isn't a fairy tale. Does power corrupt, or did Marjorie just get caught? Was I right to fight, or did I escalate a garden club spat into legal chaos? Where does community start and dictatorship end? I want to hear from you. Drop a comment. Is she a villain or a visionary? Did I go too far or not far enough? Because here's what I know, when your house shakes, you don't wait for someone else to build the wall. Thanks for hanging in till the end. Let me know what resonated. Your voices help shape the next story.